When we watch predators hunt, we think they always make the kill, but that's far from the truth. Most of the time, they don't, and they must hunt numerous times a day to be successful once. If you like cheering for the underdog, it's time to watch as we count down 14 deadly moments when predators failed. Number 14. Dogs versus lizard. When these two dogs come across a lizard attempting to climb a tree, they grab it by the tail and drag it down. The lizard is rather large and it clings to the tree with tenacity. As the dogs nibble on his tail, he continues climbing up the tree until the yellow dog eventually pulls it down. The people filming this are probably the owners of the dogs, and I find this irresponsible behavior. I'm guessing dogs and lizards are not the best of friends, and in this video, we can see exactly why that is, as these dogs surround and attack this lizard without holding back. The bigger of the dogs gets a nasty few bites in there, and the lizard tries its best to avoid the worst. I don't understand why someone would film this instead of telling his dogs to move away so we can let the lizard escape. Content you want to see when it comes to the animal kingdom. If you want to see the latest confrontations between animals and the best animal videos, please subscribe now. We post new videos every day for your entertainment. Number 13. Baboon versus crocodile. A band of monkeys want to annihilate a tiny crocodile in this video. Not all the monkeys are brave enough to leap over and battle with a crocodile at the same time, but a few are bolder than the rest, and once they do, the others follow. A baboon fights for its life in the jaws of a crocodile in this video. The baboon's strength is incredible, especially considering the crocodile's massive jaw pressure. The poor baboon manages to free itself, but appears to be severely injured, and there are no hospitals in the vicinity. Number 12. Leopard. This young leopard finds a monitor lizard on the side of a dirt road and isn't too sure what to do. The lizard tries to strike the leopard several times with its tail, while the leopard just tries to get a paw in there. Eventually, the leopard tries his luck and jumps at the lizard's neck. There you go, that wasn't so hard. This leopard, as well as onlookers, went for a major surprise. This reptile whipped the young leopard because he was unskilled. When the monitor lizard walked away, the leopard was seen walking behind a tree to lick his wounds. Number 11. Eagle. This hen goes ballistic when an eagle tries to snatch her babies. Hens are extremely protective of their young, and they're not afraid to clash with more powerful predators. You can see how this hen chases the eagle, and the eagle retreats. This eagle lands right next to a hen and her chicks, and it doesn't take 5 seconds for the hen to be all over the eagle, and the bird of prey asks the hen to relax. The hen doesn't want to hear it and charges the eagle. And this is a harpy eagle, one of the most powerful eagles on the planet, if not the most powerful. So it's not a walk in the park for the hen, but she's brave and will not give in to protect her chicks. In the end, a man comes in and removes the eagle. Watch how this hen fights this eagle. Which one is the bird of prey here? I'm so impressed by these chickens. They are courageous and tough as nails. Good for them. Even sloths fight back when a harpy hawk strikes them. The eagle is taken aback by the sloth's gallantry. This is an important lesson to remember. Even when it's a sloth, hunting the jungle's larger creatures is never easy. Have you noticed how fast the sloth swung his fist? No, I'm not serious. Due to the slowness of the punch, my grandmother may have avoided being hit. Number 10. Wild dogs. Onlookers experienced one of the most memorable sightings on their safari vacation. They came across a water buck and her calf after witnessing a pack of wild dogs hunt a huge herd of impala and just vanish afterwards. The small water buck managed to elude a large pod of hippos after being chased into the water by the dogs. The wild dogs eventually gave up after a few hours, and the mother and her calf were able to flee safely. These wild dogs are trying to get an injured wildebeest, while another wildebeest, most likely the mother, is keeping guard. The dogs are nervous, yet they persist in their search of a weakness they can exploit. If the wild dogs are going to get to the injured wildebeest, they will have to dislodge the healthy wildebeest first. For the time being, the dogs don't seem very optimistic. These wild dogs are trying to snatch a lion cub, but mom tries to fend them off, although the dogs are high in numbers. The cub manages to escape and was seen the next day with a slight limp. The mom lays on the ground, not worried about the wild dogs attacking her because they know the first dog to get too close is dead. This pack of wild dogs tries to get to this lion cub, But when the mom tackles one of the dogs, it's the perfect moment for the cub to run away, and he does. The dogs disperse, but they don't seem to know where the cub is. The dogs return to annoy the mother and take shots at her, but it's a risky proposition. Number 9. Lion versus buffalo. Is this lion quarterbacking an entire football team of buffaloes in our thumbnail? Or is he waiting to get trampled by the herd? By the looks of it, he's whispering something into this buffalo's ear, and it doesn't feel good. But it takes guts to do this with all these buffaloes listening in. I'm pretty sure they're not crazy about what they're hearing. This lion has a buffalo by the throat, but the entire herd is there and his members are not happy. This is actually our thumbnail, and what I don't understand is why it takes the buffalo so long to flank the lion and run into it. The lion eventually lets go when it feels like the tide might change in the favor of the massive buffalo herd. 2 honey badgers are fighting a lion pride. To say the badgers are outmanned is an understatement, yet badgers are unpredictable creatures. When the badgers challenge them, the lions realize they are not worth the trouble. So many headaches for such a small catch is not worth it for the mighty predators. When a male lion approaches a honey badger, the small creature surprises him and stands his ground, but allowing the honey badger to leave. The lion pursues the badger for a few moments before abandoning the pursuit, realizing the risk is not worth the reward. Honey badgers, despite their small stature, can cause a lion pride to flee. In case you didn't know, honey badgers are courageous animals who aren't scared of a fearsome lion. These inexperienced young lions are just getting to know this honey badger when they discover he's a ticking time bomb on the verge of exploding. The lions are afraid of the badger, so they don't try their luck. Of course, any lion can kill a honey badger if it really wanted to, but for some reason, they find them to be too much trouble. This lion seems to have the zebra under control and is about to finish the hunt when the zebra stands back up and begins to push the lion forward. I'm not entirely sure if the lion will win this battle. Zebras are powerful animals, and it's not as easy as it looks. Number 8. Pumas. This puma goes to the higher hills as it detects a jaguar down below. The puma ambushes the jaguar and the two engage in combat. There's a lot of snarling, then the puma pounces on the jaguar just as it's ready to flee. They fight like 2 big cats would, and the puma manages to frighten the jaguar away, which is a pleasant surprise. A cougar picks to tease a lynx in the depths of winter. Despite their smaller size than cougars, lynxes are fierce predators. You can see what I mean when the jaguar attempts to attack the lynx. The lynx resists the cougar, forcing it to flee. While the lynx backs away, the cougar sharpens its claws on tree bark. The cougar rethinks his business plan and looks for something more enjoyable to do. This handsome and chubby American badger chases this cougar away. When the cougar understands how mad the badger is, it decides not to bother with it. I'd like to know what this badger eats in a day. Number 7. Dingo and dog versus kangaroo. This dog thinks it's going to have an easy time with this kangaroo in the water, but boy is it in for a big surprise. The kangaroo delivers a few combinations, and the dog scrams out of the water as quickly as he jumped in. Another dog looks on, and when the black dog tries to get back to the water, the kangaroo waits for him with open arms to knock him out. No matter how hard the dog tries, the kangaroo is like the creature from the Black Lagoon for this dog. Dingoes are Australia's most ferocious carnivores, devouring a wide variety of prey. They're hunters who hunt mostly at night. Dingoes may hunt alone or in groups of up to 8, depending on the size of their prey. The dingo is a generalist predator, meaning it will scour the landscape for food and consume everything it finds. This dingo is out on the hunt in this video. It's hunting alone today, indicating it's on the lookout for smaller prey, but there's still a chance. A small joey is a great target for predators. The dingo advances, but the joey continues to groom itself, oblivious to what is going on. It's not the dingo, but his mother detects a predator close. Her gaze is drawn to a soaring eagle in the sky. The joey is summoned to the mother's side. The dingo is approaching through the brush, and none of them notices it. The young joey freezes for a second because his anxiety spreads, and the mother and the joey flee as well. Although the dingo is not slow, kangaroos may reach speeds of 45 kilometers per hour. When hunting kangaroos, dingoes do better in groups. Therefore, it's time to start looking for something that will be easier to catch. This dog chases a kangaroo in the middle of a residential neighborhood, but the dog must be careful because kangaroos can throw severe punches. The two pugilists enter a yard, but eventually a smart man comes by and takes the dog out of there, closing the kangaroo into the yard until help arrives. Number 6. Bears. A cougar will struggle to defend itself, let alone kill a bear. But when it comes to other cougars, cougars are territorial, although not to the same extent as bears. As a result, cougars are less prone to attack bears. When a struggle breaks out, the cat defends itself, and when the bear becomes too overwhelming, the cat flees. For a brief minute, this fluffy cougar appears to be having the upper hand on this bear. It leaps on the bear and attacks viciously, but the bear does not flee. Although the bear has had a rude awakening because of this encounter, the cat appears to have gone on. The cat launches another surprise attack, but the cougar suddenly lies down in front of the bear, almost like a playful kitten. Is this all only for the sake of staying in hunting shape? Your guess is as good as mine. The tired bear returns to his den as the cat finally wanders away. Number 5. Petrel. A giant petrel appeared just as juvenile penguins were starting to swim. Because the lower part of a penguin's skull has less muscle, the petrel may hit with its beak more effectively. His cub had smitten the Gen 2 penguin. Is Daddy Penguin going to be able to save his children? The small penguin escapes when the bandit petrel loses its grip on him. Dad slaps and whips the attacker in the midsection. The petrel flies away, and the youngster makes it up the beach to safety, thanks to its father's courage. Number 4. Snakes. 3 cobras are circling this hen, but it refuses to move. She pecks at the snakes and stands up for a moment, showing the chicks, but the snakes are uninterested, or they just find the situation too risky. This courageous prairie dog risks her life to keep a venomous rattlesnake away from her babies and the colony. The rattlesnake approaches, but the small man is unfazed, and the colony watches. The prairie dog produces a humorous movement that sends a signal to the rest of the colony, which responds with the funny movements of their own. It's as if he's yelling victory, and the colony joins in the celebration. This was an amazing display of courage by this little bugger. This snake doesn't know what hits it when Mama Bunny leaps over it and battles it like a courageous lion, and the little baby bunny can live another day. This bunny is such a courageous mother. As it chases the snake out of the yard, it does not allow it to escape easily. This snake has cornered a hen and her chicks, but the hen fights back with ferocity until all her chicks are able to flee. The cobra follows the chicks, but the hen stands between them and the reptile to ensure that none of them are consumed. Number 3. Crocodiles. This warthog is enjoying a delicious drink of water when a crocodile emerges from the lake. To avoid being crushed by the giant reptile, the warthog uses remarkable footwork and quickness. This impala jumped into the river to flee the wild dogs. However, there are crocodiles in the water. It isn't being assaulted by any of them for whatever reason. The impala emerges from the water in good shape and goes away for a few moments when the dogs have decided to leave. I'm surprised the dogs didn't wait a little longer because they normally show a lot of patience when a prey tries to save itself by jumping into the water. It was, I suppose, this impala's lucky day. Have you ever seen an animal drink water with the look of terror in its face? You'd have it too if you knew a giant crocodile would emerge from the lake at any moment, which it does. But the bush buck is swift enough to avoid it and flees. Number 2. Cheetahs, leopards. Because the cheetah is the fastest land mammal, it's only a matter of time before it catches and kills the antelope. The cheetah, on the other hand, has little chance of succeeding when the fastest man on earth decides to provide a hand and picks up the antelope along the way. Due to the dangers, only the larger male leopards will attempt to attack an adult warthog. Warthogs are formidable, difficult to kill creatures. When this leopard attacks a young warthog, the warthog mother charges the leopard and sends it flying. However, when the leopard is able to climb a tree nearby and escape the threat of the mother, he is saved. The leopard kills the baby, but the mother is still around and pursues the leopard down from the tree. The leopard takes no chances and scales a massive tree to get away from the mother once and for all. When the leopard goes on the hunt, the impalas disperse too quickly for the leopard to catch anything. He leaves empty-handed and will continue his quest to find his next victim. I'm shocked the warthog doesn't react when this leopard sneaks up on behind it and gets too close to it. The leopard calmly stands there, and when the warthog notices him, he bolts away like a rocket. The leopard ends up with zilch and asks himself what just happened. Number 1. The killer squirrel. Snakes love to eat baby ground squirrels, especially those that are only a few months old. Adult ground squirrels are frequently resistant to snake venom, thus snakes avoid them. This squirrel is on the offensive as it tries to strike the snake at the right place. The snake lunges to strike the squirrel but misses. The squirrel attacks in the middle of the snake's body and bites into it. The squirrel chases the snake as the reptile curls up in defense mode. The little rodent finally pulls on the snake's body and carries it into the bush with another buddy, probably to finish the snake off. The results of snake and squirrel fights are impossible to forecast, as is evident in this video. One squirrel in particular chews on the tail of a snake to soften it up. And while they may not be mongooses, they're still terrific when it comes to fighting snakes. Here is another battle-ready squirrel that is ready to take on a snake in the middle of the street. Once the squirrel launches the attack, the snake doesn't do much. The squirrel throws in several bites and picks the snake up by the tail. It looks like this squirrel is going to enjoy a nice meal. It's nice to see some weaker animals escape when they are in a bad situation. I know predators need to eat, but I always like an underdog that overachieves. My favorite has to be when the hen destroyed the eagle that wanted to eat her chicks. What a piece of work that hen was. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's it for our countdown of 14 deadly moments when predators failed. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.